do this.
Good comment. Great. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Takes us to the Stage 3 drought update. Kelly, you have 30 seconds. Just kidding. Thank you, Hillary. I didn't ask if you wanted to say anything.
No, I'm using the paper clip for writing paper.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll be involved.
Can you see? I can't see. I'm like,
Which one it is? Is it this last one? That's groundwater. Water main.
hit that little box.
I don't
I don't
see it
think
on
it's
here.
in this. Okay.
I don't see it up there.
Here, it's in this folder.
See the folder for the drought update shortcut.
Oh.
You have to go to the shortcut right above there. Yeah. Put it on the desktop, she was saying, but that's okay.
Not a good listener. Okay.
Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm going to keep this very brief this morning. So we'll walk through our drought status, demand status, water supply strategy, water supply status, and water conservation program. Our rainfall for the year has been about 50% of normal. So even though we did have a few storms come through, it is overall a dry year for us. And no changes in our area regarding the federal drought monitor. We are categorized as a severe drought in our area, although the city has been in a drought emergency since 2014 and have had the highest level of stage 3 drought since then. Demand status, we have 44% savings for the month of March. And our 12-month running average is about 37%. Water sales came in a little high in March from what we were projecting. The purpose of this chart is to make sure that we're not dropping below what our projected revenue was. So in terms of any shortfalls in revenue, we are not seeing any issues there. Supply strategy, this chart is the same as last month. We are working on updating this chart, and we'll be bringing that to you in May to discuss the outlook given all of the storms that we had this year and also projecting out an additional year. Water supply status, Gibraltar is at 100% of capacity. And it started spilling. I apologize, the date isn't shown on there, but it was on March 29th in the morning. And it's still spilling, although our dam caretaker we communicate with frequently, and we think that it will stop spilling fairly soon, so late April. I'm not sure the exact date. We've had quite a few projects going on up at the dam. Just to give you a sense of some of the work that's going on, we have been replacing our intake diversion valves. And also for the pipe between our diversion point and there's a pipe that brings water from that diversion facility over to Mission Tunnel. We did complete a video inspection and cleaning of that pipeline. Kachuma is at about 40% of capacity, and the city's current allocation is 40%. Our available supply is around 7,100 acre feet out of that 77,000 storage. And much of our water is a combination of the current year allocation plus our carryover from last year. If conditions remain dry, the emergency pumping facility will be needed. COME is estimating that would be needed. It would need to be operational by summer of 2019. And this summer, COME will be evaluating various installation options. They've been looking at compartmentalizing it between the pilings, the pipe, and the barge itself, and seeing if we can have different timing of installations of those components. Of course, it does affect costs if we do that. So the city has planned for reinstallation costs of $950,000 in our budget for fiscal year 19, and that would cover the costs if we need to put the facility in and it remains dry through next year. If we put the facility in and then it rains next year and we have to take it out, we may need to do a budget assessment depending on the cost of removal. This is the storage chart for Kachuma. So our current levels, let's see, the black is the current drought and the green is the previous 1986 to 93 period. So we're right where we were kind of at the beginning of our extreme drought condition a few years ago. No change in status on imported water. We continue to maximize our deliveries up to capacity. We have about 1,400 acre feet stored in Kachuma, about 1,100 acre feet in San Luis, and we're working to have some water returned from Palmdale that we put into storage in prior years when San Luis was spilling. Our allocation is currently 20%, although I have heard rumors that DWR will be increasing the allocation. That announcement will probably come out in the next couple of weeks. I don't know how much. I don't expect it to go over 50%, but I could be wrong. It's hard to tell sometimes because we had full reservoirs last year and didn't get a full allocation. So supplemental purchases, we continue to pursue the 1,500 acre feet of purchases, and we've actually identified reached an agreement really with Mojave Water District. That's a $320 per acre foot purchase cost, so about $500,000 to purchase the 1,500. It is an exchange, so for every 4 units of water they give us, we have to return 1, and that's over a 10-year period. And when we return the water, we would have to pay the delivery costs, which are about $250 an acre foot or less. So total cost for the purchase, accounting for that return cost, would be about $600,000. And that is really just getting us through the spring of 2019 to keep the pipe full. We'd have to reassess conditions again next year to see if we need to purchase additional water if the drought continues. Okay, groundwater basins, no change in status. Our wells are currently offline and the basins are resting, but we are, as part of our overall water supply assessment, we're looking at when we might need to turn those wells back online, and they are being exercised regularly in case we do need to turn them on. And do you want to handle this slide? Okay.
So, the desal plant continues to operate at full production. We still have not gotten a date out of them. I a little frustrated by that one, but we are meeting with them on a regular basis. I just can't get them to give me a date for when we can be able to do it. And that's the joys of a partnership. And then I did want to let the commission know that we do have an item going to council on May 1st to restart negotiations with Montecito. They took action on March 20th, basically a year late. Last year they put things on hold to explore other options. And they basically picked up the paperwork from a year ago and decided they wanted to continue moving forward. That is roughly a $300,000 financial commitment on their part, in addition to the roughly $200,000 that they'd already committed. to keep negotiating. Part of the negotiations and where we ended was to finish this water supply agreement, we needed to have costs for the conveyance to make sure that we could actually get them the water. So that majority of that $300,000 is to fund a contract with Corolla, which is part of the council discussion on May 1st, which is to basically restart that work. So I anticipate, I know the design work is going to take probably the next 6 to 8 months, and I'm assuming negotiations will take the better part of that as well. And our new City Attorney Dan Hinsky will be working to help us in his experience with the San Diego Water Authority and their work on the Carlsbad facility. Sure will be helpful to have on the team. So.
Members of the Commission, my name's Madeline Wood, and I'm the Water Conservation Supervisor. And I have a quick plug today for the public voting of our Waterwise High School Video Contest. This is a contest that we do annually within the county. This is its 19th year. We have videos submitted from 9 different schools across the county, and the first, second, third, and honorable mention awards are chosen by the local water providers, but we also have public voting for what we call the People's Choice Award. That takes place on Facebook. All of the videos are posted on Facebook, and you can watch each video and then like the ones that you want, or you can like all of them. And that is open now. It's been open for a couple weeks, and it ends tomorrow at 5 p.m. So I encourage you to go to the Waterwise High School Video Contest Facebook page and vote for your favorite videos. Thank you.
And that concludes the presentation. Take any questions.
Great. Okay, any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Joshua?
All right.
There's one more, the CCWA comb.
Do you have anything significant on that?